Hello everybody, welcome back to another movie review. This one is for The Fall Guy. Now, this movie is a love letter to stuntmen who risk their lives for the movies. And along with that, an excellent goofy romance between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Now, this movie is inspired by the classic TV show The Fall Guy. But the film discussed the bounty hunting premise of the TV show, but retains protagonist Colt Seavers, which is played here by Ryan Gosling. And let me tell you that there is flair to this tale of a mystery solving stuntman and its uses star power. And this Fall Guy, an action comedy that takes a tongue-in-cheek look at the film industry, its charisma and chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt here are perfect. Now I have blast watching The Fall Guy in theaters, and it's an impeccable made comedy action movie grounded by superb chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. Gosling has fun playing the nearly indestructible Colt Seavers, who is trying to get back on his ex good side after ghosting her due to his insecurity over nearly being crippled in an accident. So basically, his ex, named Judy Moreno, played here by Emily Blunt, is now directing a big budget movie, but the star of her film has gone missing after falling in with a bit of a dangerous crowd. So of course, Cole wants to get back on her good side and wants to reignite their relationship. So he's going to try and find her missing star and save her movie. Now, in the first scene of the movie, Cole breaks his back, and that's kind of supposed to make him not an indestructible action hero. But you gotta say, if the movie has one falling, the kind of forgets about that early on, because Coach is jumping around from building to building with ease, doing flips and crashes, and he's without any limitations whatsoever, to the fact that he becomes like a superhero in some ways, although instead of ties, he has a much cooler Miami Vice Stamp Team jacket, which I gotta say, anybody watching this movie is definitely gonna want. And I could even see it as a popular Halloween costume. In fact, I'll say it's even cooler than the satin one he wore on the movie Drive. Now, it has to be said that as a love letter to the stunt industry, the movie is extremely successful, and director David Lynch, who himself was a stuntman, he was Brad Pitt stuntman back in the day, and his crew at 87 Note Production have really put together some amazing set pieces. The action highlight of the film is an amazing scene where Gosling fights a bad guy on the back of a truck while being dragged off, and all of which is scored pretty well, I had to say, that by Phyllis Kay against all odds, and juxtaposed with the heartbreaking Blunt singing it while she thinks that she's being stood up for a date. The plot is pretty good here, with Seavers being turned into this quasi-gumshoe by an untrustworthy producer, played here by Ted Lasso's Anna Whittingham, who wants him to find Eric Talent Johnson's movie star Tom Ryder. Now, this Ryder character seems informed by perhaps all of the stunt people involved in the movie was idea of a movie star, being the one that takes all the credit but none of the risk, sort of an antique Tom Cruise. The premise is basically an excuse for a non-stop action, and the movie is jam-packed with carnage from start to finish, but it was really well and aligns with the kind of a plus the star Lee Majors Seavers used to get embroiled in each and every week on the TV show. Notably, the film is also very much a romance, with Cole and Judy's relationship at least as important as the carnage and mystery, which is refreshing given how unromantic most modern action movies have become, with the old school action and minimal CGI and the real deal stunts. Oh, this feel like a throwback to the 19th action in the very best way. To beginning to end, Gosling and Blum show themselves as the real deal movie stars with the charisma and both cramped up to an 11. It's truly something fantastic to watch on screen. Now, Court Receivers is a fun and a character that this could turn into a franchise for Ryan Gosling. His portrayal here, I love that. He's clever, he uncompletely heroic, and more than able to handle himself, fighting like 1,000 men. And if I had any complaints, is that the bar for the action keeps getting set so high that by the time the movie starts coming to an end, you almost start to get numb to all the action, like very exhausting, and it's kind of a bit hard to break the bar that it has been set so high. And this was a problem that a lot of 19th action movies had, where you're seeing so much amazing stuff for 2 hours that by the time the ending rolls around, you almost feel like tired. But running just over 2 hours, The Fall Guy really never does wear out. It's a welcome and a refreshing take, and it looks bright and beautiful with colorful locations in Sydney, Australia, with a polished, sleek look. The Fall Guy is a terrific action movie. More than anything, it's a tribute to the stunt industry and demand that it gets the recognition that it deserves, including Oscars. And the point is made over and over again. And I think this demonstrates that sometimes doing real stunt instead of a CGI is like the real deal. And I know it's much danger for the people doing it, but it can never, like CGI can never really hold a candle for the old ways of making movies, and that's truly something that you will appreciate watching this movie. It's just something truly beautiful to see, something remarkable, and and just really glad about the stunts here. I mean, I know they have been using the stunt people have been part of the promotion of this movie and the marketing, the premiere. That is so great to have, because the stunt here is truly spectacular. It's truly a tribute to them, and I'm so glad they are recognized by the film industry, and the people get to experience this, because this movie is a lot of fun and it's a very great movie. I love to see it all over again. So I highly recommend you go and watch this on the biggest screen possible. So that's my review for The Fall Guy. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.